Going to get you in a real cleaning mood today on the Murphy, Sam, and Jody After the Show podcast. Well, Jody and I are really kind of, well, I say inspired by tidying up. I mean, you were the one that convinced me and the girls to watch the show in the first place.
We watched 2 episodes. If you guys are not wanting to do any more, that's fine with me. But I'm going to watch the whole season before I touch one thing. I just want to learn as much as I can. But it is pretty awesome.
What's
tidying
the official?
Up.
That's the official name of it?
It's called Tidying Up. Maybe it's the art of, I don't know, but it's Marie Kondo. It's her Japanese method of going through your things in your house and just organizing.
Items that spark joy for you.
Spark joy. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be.
We're on board. We want to change. I just want to.
What I think is really cool is it's neat to see a face and a personality and hear her voice all behind the book. Mm-hmm. Because I was very interested in the book, but I never bought it. Well, it was on the bestseller list for almost 2 years.
I just think about where that book would have ended up. Sorry.
Well, that could be true, Jody.
We haven't gotten to how she feels about books yet, but I've heard that it's like once you've read it, get it out. And I can't do that with my favorite books. I can't do that.
And I find that interesting. I wonder if she's actually recommended that in her book, because her book is called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, the Japanese art of
Isn't it KonMari or whatever she calls it?
I don't know, but I will tell you one thing that I learned from watching just 2 episodes that will be a game changer for me. I've cleaned out my closet all my life. I'm that person that my closet gets to be a hot mess about 3 weeks into it being clean. Every time I clean it out, and I'm like, la, and then it's a hot mess again in 3 weeks. So I'm like cleaning out my closet again. And every time I do it, I'll donate some stuff. But I only take out the stuff I'm not wearing this, and I lay it across the bed. Mm-hmm. Okay? And so that's how I have little donation piles and whatnot. This is different. This is cool, Sam. Her deal with clothing, and that's the first on her list, is that you pile up everything you own in one pile. I haven't decided whether, I know.
And then what? Pick them off one at a time and decide what's going to happen?
You pick it up. If it sparks joy and you love it and wear it, keep it. If it doesn't spark joy, you say, thank you, goodbye, and you donate it.
That seems like a long process.
It is a long process, but what it does is cause you to think about how many clothes you actually have.
Because we all have too many.
What I found interesting, the stories that they're telling on these, the first couple in the first episode, young couple, kids are very young, they're toddlers, and I remember those times very, very well, just trying to keep that organized with little kids. Everybody gets that. The second episode is the one that Jody
Empty nesters.
Was physically becoming uncomfortable because there was so much stuff in this house. And it's one of those where, and again, I'm not judging because my parents absolutely had a ton of stuff too. Yeah. Same thing. But this is one where you look and go, oh my God, how can somebody have that much stuff?
And be okay.
And in one corner of their master bedroom, the husband collects baseball cards, and it was those banker's boxes stuffed to the ceiling. Some collapsed on themselves, stuck to the ceiling.
Since like 1960 something, he's been collecting them.
That would make me so nervous having
those have to be worth a lot of money.
Well, he did. Yes, yeah, and maybe he donated them, Chad, but he did say towards the end of the episode that he ended up keeping only 10% of them, the ones that actually bring him joy. The rest of them he either sold or donated.
Yeah.
And now they can see their wall again. And to me, the whole going back to the clothes in the closet, I actually can't wait to do my closet with this method. I'll do drawers on a separate day and pile it all up and see because it lets you see what you really have. But to me, the joy would be going after having done that and donating more than I normally would, is to have a closet where truly it's only what I love and wear. I haven't had that in my life. I've never walked into my closet and just seen things that I love and know I will wear. It's always been, oh, that dress is way back there. I'm not going to wear it. I don't really like it, but I can't get rid of it because I spent whatever.
Yeah.
That is the end goal.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that.
And the good news is I don't have that problem because my closet is so small. If I don't get rid of stuff, it doesn't fit.
Now, does she address, okay, so you go in there and you do the whole thing and you clean out the closet and it's great, you get all this room. Does she address, like, keeping it that way?
I don't know.
Or, like, after
yet.
the fact, look at all this room I got. I can buy more clothes.
No, I mean, there are little things, and we've only seen 2 episodes of it. Some of the things, I don't know if they're more time-consuming to do or if they would be worth it. She actually organizes a dresser drawer by folding the shirt multiple times and standing it on its side so that you can actually see everything. You tend to fold clothes, you pile them on top of each other, so you have to pull to see what's underneath it. But she does it the other way where it sits on its side so you can see all your clothes.
I guarantee, Sam, if you watched a few episodes, you would be changing your drawers right now. Like, you know what I mean?
You mean his dresser drawers? I'm assuming, right?
You know what I mean?
That's shocking.
You would start. She shows you how to properly fold like a T-shirt, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's not the way I've ever folded.
You know what's funny about that is
That's right up your alley.
I've been married 3 times, and
right.
everyone had a different way of folding shirts.
Yes.
I had to get used to so many different methods.
Yeah.
I had my own to go into it, and then I've learned 3 or 4 others. None of them are this way.
Right.
Yeah, it's almost like tying a knot. There's
So many
lots of different
ways.
ways to do it.
Yeah,
Right.
I am not a good shirt folder at all. Have you seen the series, Chad? Have you watched
I
Tidying Up?
watched it for the first time this weekend. I've
Really?
seen the
Okay.
first couple episodes.
Right.
And
You've seen what we've seen.
Yeah, so the overarching premise is really neat. I
Mm-hmm.
was really taken by the personal aspects of how they go into these people's house and
Right.
they explore their lives. So that's the real connection factor,
Right.
for each episode. The first one I was really surprised by because the parents have young kids and they argued a lot. So I was like, wow, this show's got a lot more drama than I thought.
Yeah,
that it
well,
was
Yeah, I
they
thought
show the
the
real
same
life
thing too,
stress
yeah.
of that. They show the real life
Yeah.
stress of that, and you're watching for that. But the takeaway here is huge. It's perfect for me to binge and watch this because it may be very common for an American woman. I'm very at war with myself. I want things to be simple, and I want less stuff to think about. I'm always searching for that, but I also am very sentimental about my things. You know, oh, my daddy gave me that, or oh, we took the, I bought this T-shirt on a day that blah blah was great. So
Yeah.
I'm also attached at the same time I want simplicity. So I'm at war with myself,
Well,
and
and
so
I
I
get-
need this guidance.
And there's nothing wrong with that as long as it doesn't get in your way. If it's stacked in the corner with 15 other things, it might be more stressful than it is a great memory.
I will do it because I will take what I've learned, and it should work for me because, like I said, that second episode with those empty nesters, all that stuff made me hurt. I can't live like that. I know.
And but in the first episode with the couple, that reminded me of me and you.
Back then.
Well, back then, because it is stressful with kids, and we would argue about a lot of that. We were in a very small house at that time.
Yes, we were.
And to the point where Jodi actually did finally lose it one night at 10:30 at night about if I have to go into another room for a closet, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm like, you know what? It's time to start looking for another house.
My closet
And-
for years was in an extra bedroom.
Yeah.
And Murphy had the closet in our bedroom. And none of them were big. They were all tiny, tiny. We were using armoires as much as possible and stuff like that. And I also didn't know to clean out the way I do now, thanks to Marie. You would like it, Sam. You really would. It's pretty fascinating.
My closet now in my master bedroom would probably be another reason for me not to get involved in a relationship because I'd have to give up half the space.
Don't put that on your dating
So
profile.
sorry to hear that, Sam. Yeah.
I mean, when the last one left, I spread everything out, and then
And you'll show her.
Yeah.
The other thing that I realized after watching this, and I've had this told to me a million times from friends. Remember Jodi's friend who has the chaos organizing, MC.
Business.
She, explained the same thing, that you need to make decisions. You're either going to keep it, you're going to, which means storing it, or donate it, or trash it. Pretty much. Those are going to be the 3 things that you're going to do with anything. And I'm guilty of, waffling for too long and then just putting
Just
it
sitting
somewhere
there.
else. In other words, everything
Rearranging it.
conveniently gets relocated to another cubicle box or something else. Some other, storage idea versus being a true clean out idea.
I was so it was so interesting to me when she went into that dude's garage. It's like, this is every man in America's garage. Here's a container full of cords to God only knows what.
Yeah.
But you're hanging on to it in case it's the one.
Yeah.
And that's you. And I mean, look, I've got my own things in the kitchen. I've got too many of those things that, I might use that. No, I'm not.
You
I
know,
need to do my
you're
kitchen.
right. I have a big bag full of cords, and I just kept adding. You buy a new VCR, you throw the extra cords in there, or the DVD player. I've never gone in that bag
Right.
once to find a cord.
And for stuff you cannot let go of, and it's up to you whether it's sentimental or not. She has really good ideas about how to store things. It's kind of cool.
So it causes you to think, so am I going to have an opportunity to use that BlackBerry charger again? maybe not. Don't know.
They're bringing back the flip phone.
Yeah, right. Yeah.